everybody, and welcome back once again to another edition of the Happy Camper Radio Show, the only place to be when you're ready to talk camping. Camping is what we're about. Camping is all we're talking about. We just blew all the dust off the console, and Daniel was in the studio with us. He is all pumped up and excited. Daniel, how you been?
I'm great.
I know we haven't been in the studio in a while.
No.
And I tell you what, we're going to tell our listeners what that's been all about. I want to talk about my retirement, which I have been enjoying so much
no
of.
one cares.
Well, maybe not you. But anyway, we've got a great show lined up here for you today. We're glad to have you back with us. It's another edition of Happy Camper Radio coming at you right now. Daniel, that music sounds so good, doesn't it?
I don't remember the lasers at the end. I like that. The lasers, was that a new touch?
No. That's always been.
I can't believe it. Like, I was like, wow, he's got lasers. I feel like I'm in the future.
Well,
but it's 2021. I feel like we're beyond the future.
We're not talking too much high-tech stuff at the campground, but here in the studio, Daniel, I'm looking at the monitor here, and it says Happy Camper Radio with less effects, and this one here is track number HC5 Wave, and yeah, that's got all the lasers and all kind of goofy stuff. You know,
goofy stuff.
Yeah,
awesome stuff.
Our friends behind the scenes aren't paying any attention to that, but they're probably listening to those lasers just like you. Of course, that age group, yeah, they're probably enjoying that. From here to here on back.
I'm trying to figure out. I've heard that. I think that's like a introduction, because I remember when I was a kid, I'd watch like He-Man and stuff, and like at the end there'd be the star that go woo woo woo. Psh. Well, and it's like I don't know. 80s was big into the lasers. I remember your daughters. You have two daughters, and I don't know yet. I don't know if they did or not, but I know everyone got their pictures beyond like these neon lasers back in the 80s. It was a thing. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I tell you,
nice tangent.
you got to tip our hats to our friends at Jam Creative Productions in Dallas.
Yep.
They're the ones that created those for us, and man, did they do a fantastic job.
Amazing.
But anyway, we're glad to be back with you here. If you want to get in touch with us here at the Happy Camper Radio Show, you can do that by calling 404-537-2267. 404-537-CAMP. You know how many sleepless nights I stayed up, Daniel, trying to figure out a phone number that will be very easy for our listeners to remember?
Uh-huh.
I rolled around in bed. I scratched my head and said, well, how can we do this? And I actually got a Skype number.
Okay.
I was able to pick out the exact last four digits that I wanted, CAMP. If you look on that little keyboard, whether on your iPhone or your landline, who has one of those these days? Not too many people, yeah.
Old people.
Yeah, maybe you
I mean,
can't remember.
They help because, like, I was actually trying to call my friend the other day, and he lives in an area that the reception's not that great, and you're trying to get in like 2 minutes of a conversation. You're like, where are you going to be? Where do we need to meet? Blah blah blah. But it'd be like, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. And then, did I lose the call? And like, it took 10, 15 minutes. I was standing in the middle of our street, making sure that, I had as many bars as I could, but he was like, no, it's probably me. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, meet here. Okay, got it. Bye. And it's like, all the niceties that you do when you have a phone call with someone, it kind of doesn't matter when you just want to convey information, and their side of the conversation is not really well.
Uh-huh.
So anyway.
Yeah, but hey, folks, if you do happen to call the show, that's going to go right to a voicemail. When I first set that up, I was able to record a nice voice greeting, welcoming everybody to the Happy Camper Radio Show. If you got a show idea or you got something you want us to talk about, definitely leave us a message here. And I had this fantastic voice greeting recorded.
Uh-huh.
And I decided one day, let me go back and listen
spice
to
it up
that.
a bit.
Yeah, let's spice it up a little bit. And all of a sudden, I hear this woman with an English accent come on and say, the caller you were trying to reach is not available. What on earth happened here? So I go into Skype, and I come to find out that, and I didn't know this back then, but Skype got bought out by Microsoft.
Oh.
And apparently, and I could be wrong, but somebody probably in the Microsoft hierarchy took a look at that and says, oh, no, they can't do that. And they just went ahead and wiped out the voice greetings. So anyway, folks, if by chance you happen to call the show and you don't hear myself or you hear Daniel,
Right.
you do got the right number. You have the right number. Definitely leave us a message, and we'll be happy to go ahead and respond to you on the show. All right, Daniel, I am enjoying retirement.
Right.
It has been a very exciting for me. In one of our episodes that we talked about, and I think this is when we were up at your parents' house up in the mountains.
Oh, the trailer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know, I really look forward to spending a lot of time in the tent.
Uh-huh.
And you won't believe, and I'm sure a lot of our retirees out there can probably attest to this fact, when you retire, you don't actually retire. You find yourself, in some cases, more busy than you were when you were working.
Yeah, because you're doing what you want.
Now, I'm not doing really what I want.
Yeah,
but,
you love it. You love it.
Anyway, where I have actually been, which has really taken me away from the show, not so much you. I should actually, turn the reins over to you and let you go ahead and run the show by yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe bring the better half in here.
Oh,
You would love
yeah.
that.
There we go.
Yeah, but anyway, during the course of all this that's been going on, I have a rental property, which is only about 4 miles away from here. And during one of my little getaways, I get a phone call, and I come to learn that the longtime tenant that I had in that house passed away suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, oh, my heavens. So I've got to get back and figure out what I'm going to do next. Now, Daniel, you've been to that house.
I have. I like that house.
You like that house.
It's better than this one.
Oh, my heavens. You remember the one downstairs room that you walked into?
Yep, with the popcorn ceiling in the bathroom.
Oh, my heavens.
And you had to do something in the bathroom. You had to fix something while it was there because I know you were always complaining about, like, why didn't they tell me this a while ago? And I just found this is out now. And this is...
That was the leaky ceiling.
It was so much worse than it was before. And if he would have just...
I have been, and now that you know that I took control of the property again,
right.
I had to get in here and fix it up. And okay, I'm going to get ready to rent it out and all this other stuff. And as I'm doing all this work and the improvements are being made, I'm thinking, no, I'm going to go ahead and move into this place.
Yeah.
Why fix it up and let somebody else tear it up?
Yeah, this studio doesn't have a bathroom. It's got the booth of justice, but it doesn't have a bathroom like that place. It's an upgrade.
Well, I think you just let the cat out of the bag.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be the home of the new Happy Camper
That's
Radio
what I'm talking
studio.
about.
Yes.
We could pretty much live there. We could put bunk beds up there and we could just live there. Get a mini fridge. We've got a bathroom. We're just going to live there for forever.
This will probably be,
camp
Daniel,
in the studio.
This will probably be the only podcast studio in America that has its own bath and shower.
Maybe. I don't know.
I was thinking of converting it to your office.
Yeah.
Put your name on the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, we've got a lot of things going on, and it has taken me away from the show for quite a long time.
Yeah, it has.
And
I've been getting harassed on Facebook. All our fans are piling up on me.
it was good. And
Harassing
I
me.
hope you told everybody, because I haven't had a moment to sit down, even respond to emails and Facebook and things like that. But thank you for filling that void.
By the way, I just want to give a shout out to Bill Newhouse. He got in touch with me through Facebook, and he was like, "When y'all doing a show?" I was like, "I don't know. I keep bothering Skip. He's always busy at the other house trying to hook up the new studio." He was like, "Well, I can't wait to hear a new show, and I hope it comes out soon." So, Bill, I got your back. I'm in the studio, okay, brother. I got you. We're doing a show, all right?
Yes, Bill, we did not go away. And the rest of our listeners, yes, we did not go away. We're still here.
I just want to get a shout out to him because, I like fans. It's kind of cool, I'm not, we're like a Z-list celebrity or whatever, but I don't know. I like that some people appreciate hearing me and your voice talking about camping and stuff and different tangents we go on. So, that's nice.
Right now, Daniel, we are in a transition stage. And, when you walked in the studio here about 10 minutes ago, you saw there were some things missing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, things are starting to come down and starting to be installed over in the new facility.
Right.
And, Daniel, that has been a project, I'm telling you. And
I know.
I have actually, when I put this studio together, you thought I put a lot into it.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, this one here, I'm talking, we had to tear out the ceiling, miles and miles of new wiring that had to go in. And, I'm thinking how the studio is going to be laid out and what have you. But it's starting to come into play right now. It's really starting to look fantastic.
Well, the other room's a lot bigger. So
it is.
That is
yeah,
big.
so we're going to have,
a
a much bigger studio.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah. And I'm really, really looking forward to it and looking forward to doing a lot of good shows over there.
Yeah.
But Daniel, you have been, while I've been busy slinging a hammer, you have been busy hiking.
Walking. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so a while ago, I mean, I'm not sure when you're going to put this out, but probably back around Labor Day, I started my Bartram Trail hike up near Clayton, Georgia, and I started on the North Carolina border, and, the wife dropped me off and everything, and, I first day, I was pumped. I was killing it. And, I was getting some pretty good miles in and got to see a lot of really amazing vistas. I went on top of this structure that was built back in the CCC days, back during like the Great Depression and everything. And you could see like a 365-degree vista of the the Appalachian Mountains. And I think it was Rabin Bald, I think it was called. But, there's a few ladies up there, and we talked about stuff, and I was sweating. I was sweating like crazy, and I was like, do you mind if I take my shirt off? I felt kind of weird, but...
And the ladies went running, correct?
No, they started opening their pocketbooks and throwing dollars at me. It was crazy. But anyway, so,
you better not let your wife hear this show.
Well, hey, if I bring home the money, she's happy. It doesn't matter how I got the money. But so, I hung out there and everything, and we talked about hiking and stuff, and evidently there was a trail, because I had no idea how they got there. I was like, I've been walking like 8-9 miles to get to this place. And this was, if anyone ever looks at the Bartram Trail and the topography, and like I just went up pretty much one of the biggest inclines on this part of the trail, and so I was pretty worn out. But so anyway, we got talking and everything, and there was this one chick from Australia, and like I was talking to her about her different words for different things and stuff. But it was really cool. It's really nice to talk to people about hiking and nature, and it just puts you at peace. But so anyway, they left, and then I was there by myself, and it was the most peaceful. It was the most at peace I've ever felt, because you're there alone, like. You could see for hundreds of miles in every direction. It was a pretty nice day, and it was just amazing. But I knew I needed to get a move on if I wanted to, do this in 2 or 3 days. So anyway, after that, I go, and I don't know if anyone's listening that maintains that trail, but a little bit later, so like for the AT, you have the white triangles for you're going the right way, and for this. On the Bartram Trail, there are little yellow triangles that tell you you're going the right way. So I go down, and there's like an off trail. I guess that was the trail that the ladies took to get up to Rabin Bald. But I was like, I don't think that's the trail. I'm going to go straight. And for about 2 or 3 miles, I did not see a yellow placard to save my life. And I was like, oh, my goodness. Am I going the right way? And I kept going. I eventually found it. But anyway, so I kept going and going, and so this was like late summer or whatever, and the bugs were horrendous. And, I was tired, and I sat at a campsite to eat. I was, cooking my stuff or whatever, mixing it up. And it got so bad that I was like, I got to get out of here. I like took my food, I warmed it up, I put it over the little camp stove or whatever I had. I warmed it up, and I was like, I got to go. I got to keep going because these bugs are ridiculous. So I was thinking about staying around that area that night, but like those bugs were terrible, and I didn't really have anything to cover me. I didn't have really a bug net or anything, and it wasn't really much mosquitoes. It was more like black flies and just annoying critters, and it was just annoying the heck out of me. So I kept going and going and going and going and going, and before long it became I think it was about 7:30 at night, and I was out. I couldn't do it anymore because, A, it was getting dark, and B, I mean, I probably did about 13 miles that day. And so,
no wonder you're skinny.
I wish. But so, I put up camp that day and everything, and I haven't really done a lot of overnight camping, but, there's always in the back of your mind, what's going to come after you? Is it a raccoon or squirrels or mice or bears or whatever? So I was a little anxious that night because I've I've never done an overnight camping trip by myself. And the camping spot actually that I was at, it was right next to a river. And as I found out the next day, there was a really amazing waterfall right down the trip, maybe not even a mile away. So, I got set up and camped and everything. And I was worried about being cold because I've always camped in the springtime, kind of mid springtime, and bugs aren't bad, and it's like the perfect weather, but it gets cold at night. So I was worried about being cold. So I brought a little, I didn't bring a sleeping bag actually this time. I brought like a little liner. It's like a 30-degree liner. So that worked good, but most of the time I didn't even use it. So that was great. And Sea to Summit mat, I forgot what it's called. It's the yellow one that everyone uses. That was really good. If you value sleep, get a really good mattress cover or whatever, blow up inflatable mattress. But that worked out really good. But I mean, I didn't sleep very well because I don't know, a lot of things going through my head about camping. I guess you get over that after a while when you're in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, the next day I get up, I start walking, I see the waterfalls, amazing waterfalls or whatever, and so my knee starts hurting. My right knee starts hurting badly because I'm thinking I'm just gonna do the rest of this trail. Because I think the trail was about 36, 37 miles, and I already did about 15, 16 miles the day before. I mean, it was crazy. I did almost half. And I was like, I'm just going to knock this out. Last night was terrible. I couldn't sleep very well, and these bugs are driving me crazy. It was bugs more than the sleep. I would have stopped probably about 5 miles earlier if it hadn't been for those bugs. But anyway, so I'm bebopping along, and my knee is killing me. And before I started all this, my wife, she said, look, if you have a problem, call me, I'll pick you up, listen to your body. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I am man on a mission. I am going. I'm like, if I can do 16 miles yesterday, I can do 17 today. I mean, it's just one more mile. It's not that big a deal. So I'm walking. My knee is killing me. I am taking a break every quarter mile.
Well, Daniel, I got to say this,
okay.
and I wasn't thinking too much about you because I had my mind on much more crazier things than you did at the time. All right, but somebody picked up on some Facebook posts of you being up there, and come to find out that you had a little dog following you around.
Yep, and that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So I stopped at this. So I stopped at this campsite. And I see a dog. It's a little schnauzer. I can skip a picture of it if anyone wants to see. So it's this little schnauzer. It's like it just got its haircut maybe 2 weeks ago. So I was like, okay, someone owns this dog. I don't know what the housing situation around there, how close a house is to the trail. Because when I first started, I saw a few houses that were kind of close to the trail. But I was like, okay, well that dog's probably just one of those country dogs that just do their own thing and they'll go for miles at a time and then come back. So I see him, or I see her, as I eventually find out. So I see her and she's just, checking me out. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. And I keep walking and I don't see her anymore. And then I'll walk a little bit longer. My knee starts hurting. I'll sit down. I look behind me. And there she is again. But she's a little bit closer. To begin with, she's like, 500-600 feet away. The next thing you know it, she's 400 feet away. The next thing you know it, she's 300 feet away. And then 250. And so after a while, I was like, oh, I don't know. That dog looks pretty skinny. So I get some of those dehydrated bananas I had, and I threw a couple at her, and that made her interested. So after a while, she was pretty much at my feet, and I started feeding her some of the salami I had. And I am stopping every quarter mile because my knee is just killing me. I'm like,
there must have been a lot of good food in that knapsack of yours for that dog to be following you. But anyway, what happened with the dog?
So my knee was hurting a lot, and I was really, really worried about the dog. I was more worried about the dog than my knee because I was like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to camp in a tent with a dog around? That's not
we're
mine.
Animal lovers. We do that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I was worried about the dog. My knee was really hurting a lot. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to, cut it off right here. So I looked at my map And I was like, oh, it looks like there's a road up here. When you think about a road in the mountains, that's along a trail, it's a dirt back road. It's not like a, 2-lane highway or whatever. So I call up my wife, and thank goodness that I had reception. So I called her up. I said, I need you to meet me here. I, dropped a pin or whatever on the maps. And she met me, and I was like, this is the dog I found. And it was, oh, man. And so we get her in the car and everything, and she lays on my lap, and I'm like, oh, my God, I am in love. And we take her to the animal control, which isn't, I don't like to say pound, but they're really understanding and whatever. And, we had a conversation on the way there. We said, okay, look, if we take her there and they can't find their owner, we will agree to take her. I mean, we already have a crap ton of cats and, a dog, but like I am just smitten. So anyway, we go to the animal shelter and they take her, and they have like a little Facebook page where, people find their pets if they're lost or whatever. And we say, hey, if, they can't find their owner, then we'll take her. So this is a schnauzer. I mean, these dogs cost money, and it looked like she might have had puppies not too long ago. But we thought, oh, well, we'll take her, whatever. But they probably have a chip. I mean, these dogs cost money. It's not a mutt. Not that I have a problem with mutts, but these dogs cost money. And so we just figured that she would have a chip. No chip, no nothing, no collar. So anyway, so we dropped her off, and unfortunately, fortunately, they found her owner, and evidently she'd been gone for over 2 weeks. And according to someone else, they saw her earlier on, like a week or so before I saw her, and she wouldn't get near him. I was like, well, you didn't feed him salami like I did. But but she found her owner, and her owner was super happy about it. And, it was kind of sad.
A story that had a good ending.
Yeah, it was kind of sad, but, we found her we found her owner, and, everything turned out. But, so that was the first leg of my hiking trip, and I think I'm going to save the second part for another show. But, that was day 1 and 2 of my hike of the Bartram Trail.
Well, depending upon what part of the country you call home, in some areas there's not much camping going on because of weather.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is a cold weather camper like myself.
Right.
I dream of being out there in the field right now, with my tent, even with the tent heater and the air mattress and everything that I bring along, especially all that cooking gear I've got now. Yeah, you can't beat that, Daniel.
I got a little tiny stove with some gas.
You got your little tiny stove. I got my grills.
I
got my grills. I've got everything that I need there. Yeah. And of course, unlike yourself and your wife, who just for some reason cannot sit still when you get to a campsite.
Oh no.
No, I've got to sit by that fire. It's relaxation time for me. If I'm going to exert myself, it's going to be setting the camp up and tearing it down. I
wanted to say one more thing about my first couple of days. So as people know, hikers know that everyone has a hiking name, and it's usually different people will give you your hiker name. I've decided that my new hiker name is Schnauzer. So if you ever see me on the trail, I'm a Schnauzer.
Just remember, Daniel got named after the dog.
Yep, the dog named me. So it wasn't a person.
That was a good story, a very good, heartwarming story. And I would have done the same thing, Daniel.
Yep.
Just you really hope and pray that any time that you come across a lost pet, especially when you're out there in the wilderness, that, first of all, the pet will be very friendly to you.
Yeah.
And if it does appear to be lost, like in your case, that the animal is either microchipped or,
that's what we thought.
Manages to meet up again with its rightful owner. I love stories like that. Daniel, it's time now for our featured campground of the week on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Happy Camper Radio.
Well, I know one place you can go camping this time of the year, Daniel.
Where's that?
It's down in Florida.
There you go.
Yep. Place you probably would really want to be right about now, wouldn't it?
I've probably been around there. I've been a bunch of parts of Florida. Not much of Florida I haven't seen.
Well, Daniel, this place is the Juniper Springs Recreation Area. And Juniper Springs Campground is one of the most popular campgrounds in the Ocala National Forest. The location offers deeply shaded sites within walking distance of some of Florida's most beautiful natural springs. Surprised you haven't already been there. The surrounding areas, the surrounding recreation has plenty of activities to entertain visitors, including swimming, picnicking, canoeing, snorkeling, hiking, birding, wildlife viewing, you name it. And I'm just really wondering what the weather down there is like in comparison to being up here. Right now, you're wearing shorts and it's cold as could be outside.
Well, I'm not outside. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm inside and I got on a long pair of pants. I'm not like I would show my legs off to anybody anyhow.
Right.
Okay. This campground was named one of Reserve America's top 100 family-friendly campgrounds in the United States. Now, the facility is divided into a day-use area and campground. Campsites are arranged into 3 loops near the creek and springs. All sites are shaded and equipped with a picnic table, grill, campfire ring, lantern post, and space for tents. There's no sites for full hookups, unfortunately. The other amenities include hot showers, flush toilets, dump station, convenience store nearby with camping supplies, beach supplies, food, drinks, ice cream, all that. If you got some kids there, you definitely got to have their ice cream. Shopping and restaurants are also nearby and just within about 10 miles of the campground. But anyway, this is a great place if you want to go camping, and the rates down there, are about $28 a night. Check out the pictures on recreation.gov, and we're going to have a link to the Juniper Springs recreation area on happycamperradio.com. If you're looking to get away somewhere right now where it's a little warmer probably than where you're at, that's probably one of the places that you might want to consider. It's the Juniper Springs recreation area. It is our featured campground of the week here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Skip and Daniel on happycamperradio.com.
And by all means, if you have a campground that you would like for us to feature on the program, one of those places you would want everybody to know about, all you got to do is get in touch with me, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com, and we'll definitely get that on the program. Make sure you include a link to the campground website. Well, Daniel, I was so excited to have you back in the studio again.
Yeah, I have a lot to say.
Yeah, and so do I. And I'm just kind of catching my second breath right now because in about 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be back over working in the new studio.
Back to work.
Yeah, and Daniel, in due time, I will be posting some pictures on our Facebook page.
Ooh,
the
exciting.
Happy Camper Radio Facebook page to show you where we will be moving to. It's going to be very exciting. And hopefully by then, I can settle down a little bit and start enjoying retirement.
There you go.
I feel like I'm still working a full-time job, Daniel, and it's just been wow. I'm getting my exercise in.
That's good.
Still not
Getting
eating
your
right.
steps.
Still not eating right. I feel like going out and putting some burgers and fries and out on the back patio.
Right.
A little too cold to go out there and do that right now. But time will tell. But when I get that studio up and going and we start doing our show from over there, we're going to start planning on some campgrounds, some camping sites that we're going to be going to. And maybe we'll get another place like that one we did up in Barrow County. It's not too far away that we can go, and not a place that I'm going to have to haul all my gear 500 feet away from my truck. So we can, one of those sites we can pull them in. Just let me know where we're going to go camping. I'll choose the site this time.
There you go.
Okay. All right, folks. Well, that's about going to wrap it up for Daniel and I here on the Happy Camper Radio Show. We are so glad to have you back, and we're going to be talking to you again real soon. Got a lot of camping information to pass along to you. I'm very excited. And no, folks, we didn't go anywhere. We're still here. Daniel's still here.
Yeah.
And I'm still here as well. Remember, folks, every single pet deserves a loving home. I want you to do exactly like Daniel and I would do. Go to your local shelter and adopt a pet today. You can find us online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker and add us to Circles on Google+. Remember, friends, we're going to do it again. Are we, Daniel?
Oh, yeah. Sooner.
Yeah,
The last
short
time.
for words, but anyway, we're all pumped up and excited. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you again real soon. This is Happy Camper Radio.
Happy Camper Radio.